problems are also coming to appear. There are reports of police brutality against the people that live there, because you know, by far most of the people that live in a favela are honest, hard-working people. But it's also the place of choice for criminals to hide. And so these honest, hard-working people are now saying that they're also being victimized by police brutality. The government promises that measures will be taken to prevent this. But you know, we have a report nowadays in the Brazilian media, not confirmed of course, but that criminals have offered 1 billion reais, that's about $500,000 nowadays, to try and get the police cars, the police armored cars. So it has yourself saying I can read and write, and so I'm running for Congress. And so there were some suspicions that this would be a fake method, this would be a bogus. So we had to pass a test actually in the Brazilian courts to show that he was reading and write, and it seems that he did. Now the judge has said that he did show that he could read and write. Not very well, it seems, you know, that he committed lots and lots of mistakes, but just an obstacle to Congress.
Live. Listen to the recap you can to Congress. It's 3 o'clock. Alicia has the news.
Last-minute lobbying is taking place in Zurich as England tries to win the race to host the 2018 World Cup. David Beckham is taking part in the meetings. He says everything has been positive so far, despite the allegations against FIFA. This time revealing the questions raised over Vladimir Putin's links to organised crime. The files paint a picture of Russia as a mafia state. The US is said to be looking at the Espionage Act of 1917 to see whether it can prosecute the WikiLeaks founder, Julian Assange. Scott Sullivan is a professor of law at Duke University.
The problem is the specific part of the statute that deals with someone outside of government who has unauthorized access to that means to the New York Times and the Guardian and the other newspapers. It's very ambiguous as far as whether that would or would not apply to someone who claims to be a journalist.
An American Army sergeant is pleaded guilty to shooting at unarmed Afghans and trying to investigate it. Staff Sergeant Robert Stevens could face up to 19 years in prison and is court-martialed for allegedly being part of a team of 12 soldiers who shot at Afghan civilians for fun. Trowbridge of physicians is complaining about the number of consultants on duty at weekends and in the evenings. Junior doctors are having to care for too many patients. 2 minutes of silence has been observed in New Zealand for 29 men still inside the Pike River coal mine. The miners, 2 of whom are from Britain, were trapped by an explosion last month and were declared dead 5 days later after a second blast. Thousands of people attended a memorial service, including the Prime Minister, John Key. Fair trade campaigners claim workers who harvest the seeds providing the UK with more than half of its Christmas trees are paid little and work in dangerous conditions. They work in Georgia, close to the Russian border. Growers here say it's up to the Georgian authorities to tackle the problem. Marielle Bowles is the founder of Fair Trees.
The typical poor conditions you might expect: low wages, long hours, the absence of safety equipment and training. The weather conditions can be lousy too. It's risky to work up in the 30-meter high trees.
Andy Barwell has the sport now.
Well, the timing couldn't have been worse when England are trying to impress FIFA in Zurich today in order to get football's 2018 World Cup. Hundreds of supporters poured onto the pitch at St Andrews, with a flare being thrown between the 2 sets of fans, and seats were ripped out and thrown. Birmingham's 2-1 win over rivals Aston Villa in the Carling Cup. Ipswich Town completed this season's semi-final lineup in the League Cup thanks to a 1-0 win over West Bromwich Albion. In the last four, Ipswich will be at home in the first leg against Arsenal, and West Ham will be at home in the first leg against Birmingham. Manchester City have made it through to the last 32 of the Europa League. Manchester City had a 3-0 win at home to the Austrian side Salzburg. And in cricket, Australia have dropped the pace bowler Mitchell Johnson from their 12-man squad for the second Ashes test against England in Adelaide.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Andrea. It's 5 Live on AM and FM around the UK, on digital and online. I'm Rod Sharp, and we're up all night. Arrive falls on the volume of the Illustrated London News from 1860, which we keep for just such occasions.